All right, so Santana, talk about your Mae Young Classic experience.
Oh, I've never heard this question before. So Mae Young Classic was a huge honor. They picked very few women from all over the world, and I was one of them that was selected, so huge honor.
Talk about the process of, going there, and I'm sure they huddle you up and they tell you what's expected and stuff. Talk about the whole process of just, being able to perform under the branch of WWE and getting the chance to just, to show off your brand and who you are.
Okay, so first of all, let's start from the very first day one when I walk into the building. I'm seeing girls who I've wrestled with in Japan, women who I've wrestled with in Spain, England, in Chile, in India. I'm seeing girls from all over the world, and I'm like, oh, of course you should be here. You're amazing. So it was very cool to kind of reunite with all the girls that are so great under one roof. And then as for me showing the WWE Universe who I am, if they didn't know before, they gave me that platform, and I am very thankful for that because my fan base has grown quite a bit since the Mae Young Classic has aired. And, I always just want to impress, and hopefully I did just that.
Now talk about you also were involved in the Battle Royal recently and fell short, but just talk about...
don't rub it in, Jeff. Too.
Yeah, thanks.
I softened the blow.
Do you want to mention that I was eliminated first round in the Mae Young Classic too?
No.
Do you want to mention that I just lost to Jordynne Grace here?
No, that was
I apologize for him. I really don't, though.
I'm
He
not a
deserves
sore
it.
loser at all. Not at all.
No.
If you were, for example, you've already faced a lot of women in NXT and you've done that. Talk about who, for example, if they were to say to you, Santana, tomorrow night you have your dream matchup, pick whoever you want, we'll fly him in, MSG, in the middle of the ring, who would it be?
Okay, I don't even need to think about it. Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be my tag partner.
Oh, okay.
Without a doubt, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't drink beer, but I'll definitely do a little cheers.
You'll make the exception, maybe.
I don't drink
something
beer.
like-
I don't cuss and I don't drink beer. I am wild.
Then why is Stone Cold Steve Austin your partner?
love him.
Opposites attract, then, I guess, here?
Yeah, exactly. Opposites attract. And I talk about him every podcast, every interview I do. And one day, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on his podcast.
Well, talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin, I always use the same adage that he always talks about. Like, for example, his mindset in the business is that when you get in the business, the best characters are always yourself ramped up to 100. When you go out there, how much of that is you, and how much of that you kind of learning as you go to see what the crowd reacts to?
Okay, well, it definitely a little bit of both, but I'm very much me inside and out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I turn the sass up a little bit, which is fun.
Just a little, just a tad.
Just a little bit. But I feel like I'm very me. What you see in the ring is what you see out of the ring when we're having conversation, whether I'm doing interviews, anything. I think I'm pretty likable.
Yeah.
I'm a strong woman about women empowerment, giving back to the community, everything like that. And I don't know.
How could you not like her, folks?
Women empowerment.
How could you not?
Okay, so you said the tag team partner was Stone Cold, but who would be your
opponent?
opponent for me?
I don't really care. I don't care. I just
really?
want to tag with
As
Stone
long as-
Cold.
okay.
Yeah, two of my favorites, Lita and Trish Stratus, they were my favorites growing up. So I don't care who's on the other side. I just want to tag with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm calling you out.
She's calling you out on the High Spot podcast. Wow. Unbelievable. But anyway, going back to, Jeff and I admire a lot of your work. Like Jeff mentioned, everything you've done. My thing that I've been curious is, for example, at this stage in your career, what do you feel you still need to work on? It's such a strong learning curve.
Again, I don't even have to think about it. I need to stop eating brownies. I need to stop eating so many brownies.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad. It's a problem. But, I love life. Life is good.
Right, you at least have to have like one cheat day, right? You can't just be
I
like,
cheat every day.
because I see you guys with your little.
But I work out.
When do you cheat? You're in tip-top shape right now. How could
Thank
you be cheating?
I had a whole thing of cookies today. Do you know my fan friend named Frank brings cheesecakes and cookies and everything. He brought cookie butter cookies.
Wow, bad influence there.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got 2 bags right there. I'll share. Sharing is caring.
But you see all the wrestlers now with their little meals that they come in getting shipped to them.
Yeah, I have a company.
Really?
Yeah, they hook it up. So why not?
Wow, that's like becoming like very popular now because everyone's watching, what they eat, and we've become a society
and it's easy.
now that right.
It's easy. It comes straight to your front door. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
And what's it called? What's your company?
That's a great question. It's called After Body Meals. It's based out of Daytona area.
Okay.
So for all you Floridians out there that are in that area.
So you got a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's really good. It's tasty. I tried a bunch of different meal companies, but this is awesome. So I work with a few different companies. I also have sponsorships with Nutrex Research.
Okay.
It's a supplement company based out of Orlando, and just other sponsorships here and there, and that definitely helps. Like in addition to the wrestling, it helps to have sponsors.
Exactly. Well, you obviously have cheat days. There's no question considering the bag you have in there. But what do you do to keep yourself so physically in tune right there? Because we had spoken to Jordynne too, for the mere fact that it's one thing of being physically in shape and looking good, but it's a big difference than
look like this.
not digitally enhanced at all. That is real, folks.
All natural. There's actually this picture when I was 4 years old. I'm in a little pink bikini. 4 years old. I'm jacked. I look like a little midget that's jacked and has abs. So genetics
is one thing.
A big part of it. Yeah. But then also, I'm in the gym. I try to go 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Okay, I'm lying. I at least go 3 days a week. But
so that means twice or once in a week.
Well, I didn't make it last week at all. No, I'm totally kidding. I do work out.
Well, what you do in the ring is pretty much a workout in itself. That's cardio and it's a whole body workout.
Exactly. I train at least once a week, sometimes now twice a week. I run an all-girls wrestling class down in Orlando, Florida. We are the Lady Warriors.
Yeah.
I do that at least once a week, and that's helpful too, keeping me in shape.
Now that there's such high demand for women's wrestling, more than ever now, you could say, especially with the Mae Young Classic, and of course you have women's matches now, ladder matches, you have Hell in a Cell and stuff like that. Like, do you think right now it's like the last 2 years, talk about how women's wrestling has like just evolved?
Oh yes, it has evolved like crazy. I remember when I was training, my first few years of training, there were literally no other girls to train with. There weren't any other girls to train with in my area, so I was training with all guys, and then even wrestling. I wrestled so many men because there were no girls local.
And you were discouraged at all at that time? Whatever, you just kept plugging away and be like, this is what I want to do, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. I mean, I've got 5 little brothers, so I grew up with all boys, so I'm used to it. I've got 5 brothers and 2 sisters, so I'm used to being around the boys. But it was nice. It was nice when we got that boom of females starting to come in that were interested in the school, and then I'm like, you know what? We're the ones that have to work with each other, that have to wrestle one another, so let's focus on an all-girl class, and then it just became a thing. We all loved it, and it's great because, when you get so many women together, sometimes it can be catty, you fight over petty things, but I have such an amazing group of girls that are so eager and talented, and just they want to learn. We respect each other, we support each other, and it's just a rare thing to find, not just in wrestling, but just in life.
In general, yeah.
What I love so much about it is the fact that everybody's so close together and working towards a common goal. And you would think the common goal for everybody growing up watching wrestling or a fan of it is, they want to go to WWE. That's not always the case for everyone, but everyone has their own different path there. Concerning social media and talking about the women's revolution, how it's such a new day right now and such a boom in professional wrestling right now, how important is social media in a sense for somebody who's just coming into the business, branding themselves to get that opportunity to get to the next level?
Social media is huge. I mean, huge, and I stress it from the very first day when someone comes in to train. Review your social media, delete it. If you have a silly name, make a new one. I mean, it's huge. Even if you're just training or when you start working shows, is the promoter going to want to book somebody that doesn't have a Facebook or any means of social media? How are they going to promote the show?
It's like your traveling resume.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So very important. And I try to like, especially on Instagram, that's a way I get sponsorships. So not only am I getting paid to wrestle, I'm also getting paid in supplements, and I've got an income from social media.
It's like the new version of a business card, basically. You're out there promoting yourself.
It's hustle right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a hustler, baby.
So that should have been the song you could have.
I just want you to know.
Did you, for
multi-talented here, folks.
I am so talented. You think I'm a good singer?
Yes, I think you're a very good singer.
Oh my gosh.
You like karaoke?
Guys, are you hearing this?
great singers right here. We can two guys here that.
It's here for two guys that can't sing at all, but we know what's good music when we hear it.
They know good music when they hear it.
See, we're like those great singers in the shower.
Okay,
but
well,
anything else,
you know, we're not. We won't get into that, but I know I'm not great, but I still try. A for effort.
So you're a karaoke person? You would love to go to like a karaoke bar and go
I'm
sing?
actually not.
No?
I'm actually a grandma.
Could've fooled us.
One would say I'm a grandma because my bedtime typically is 8:30, 9 o'clock on the weekdays. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so right now, I mean, we're pushing
You're way
it.
past it right now. You're.
Woo! 9:59. Yeah, but that's okay. I took pre-workout.
So you've done WWE as far as NXT. You've been in the Mae Young Classic. You've been there. Do you think right now it's still the end-all, be-all to be WWE, or do you think that someone can make a living off working in the independent scene right now?
I mean, I've been making a living off of the independents for the last 4 years.
No.
I've done absolutely fine. I haven't. Okay. So fun fact. I went to school and I was a sleep technologist for years before I started. And during the time I started wrestling. But eventually my wrestling schedule and career just took off, and my schedule was so crazy that I couldn't do it anymore. So I've been just wrestling for the last 4 years. Strictly wrestling. So now, and that was my whole thing. Like a lot of people in wrestling, they don't have a plan B. They don't have that backup plan. Before I started even training, my first day of training, I made a point to have a career and have that backup plan. So when I'm done wrestling, whatever, I've got so many options.
Like Jim Ross goes, if you're going to get in the wrestling business, make sure you graduate college or have something else to fall back on just in case, right?
Yeah, I went to school for sleep medicine. I did a program at Washington University. Then I worked for St. Louis University for a long time, and then I moved back to Florida, worked in the villages there, and then eventually I know people, I'm silly, so people don't think I'm smart, but...
See, smart, pretty, successful. I mean, come on, the whole package right here. Santana Garrett right here with us.
They're very rare. Very rare when it happens. One more fun one for me before we let you go. And thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time.
This is great. I love interviews.
Yeah, you spend so much time on the road and doing so many things that you're doing. Sometimes it's very easy to burn the candle at both ends and be a little overwhelmed by doing everything at once. So what do you do to kind of, for downtime, what do you do to relax and take some time off? If it's a vacation, a break, what do you do to unwind?
So here's the thing. Being an independent wrestler, one of the positive things is you make your own schedule. So literally since WrestleMania, I've done very few bookings. I've been very selective. Okay. I did my tour of Spain. I did my tour of England. I was supposed to go to Japan. Paperwork didn't go through it in time. Whatever. I did the Mae Young Classic. Like I'm very selective. I make my own schedule. I get to spend as much time at home as I want and do whatever I want. I sew. I make my own gear. I made this.
Wow.
Is there anything you can't do right now?
Seems just
I also
my
cook.
God.
I cook. I'm a good cook. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I cook. I sew. So I mean, and that's the thing. My life has been so crazy over the last few years, and I love it. Wrestling. I've enjoyed it. I've traveled the world.
Yeah,
but now I'm being a little selfish, and I'm taking time for myself, and I'm just enjoying my personal life. Like I am just loving life. And
so you say you're selective with your schedule. So Battle Club Pro is available here. So what made you say, yes, I'll do Battle Club Pro?
I had an autograph signing earlier in the day.
Yeah. Hey, and she's honest,
just being honest. But no, I mean, yeah, double shot. Okay, if I'm coming in for an autograph signing, I might as well get on a show.
Yeah. How was the big event? How was that? Getting to...
It was good.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't really like autograph signing.
Yeah.
Like, I love meet and greets. That's different. Autograph signing where a vendor brings you in.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me. I haven't done one in like 4 years, and now I remember why. It's nothing against, like, I work with great people today. It's weird. I sit there and
but if Stone Cold was there,
oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I don't know. Nothing against the people I work with because they were great, but
it's just not something you're used to. It's not something. It's not natural for you.
With the fans, meeting and greeting, but the vendor autograph combo, it's weird. But so much fun to people watch at these events. So much fun.
Yeah. What's the end of 2017 going to be like for Santana Garrett?
Well, oh my gosh, we're already in November.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's going to be 2018. Time goes by fast.
I'm excited, man. The Christmas music's starting to play in the store.
Yeah, he's starting to be really annoying with that.
I'm excited.
Starting to sing Jingle Bells and all that stuff.
Wow. Okay, well, I've got a couple local shows down in Florida, Central Florida. Aside from that, I'm not doing too much, and I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm going. I've got a trip, a personal trip I'm taking.
Great.
Yeah. Enjoying my time with my family. I've got family up in Ocala, so I get to spend the holidays with them and just loving life, doing what I want. I do what I want. I do.
Second generation wrestler, Santana Garrett here with us, Mayan Classic participant. You've seen her in NXT, you've seen her in TNA, now you've seen her at Battle Club Pro here in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Santana, thank you so much.
Thank you. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at Santana Garrett, on Snapchat, Twitter at Santana Garrett _ and Facebook at Santana. I don't know what my Facebook is, but just Google me.
Just Google Santana Garrett, you lazy bastards. Okay,
exactly.
seriously.
Thank you guys.